Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Speaking, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler V series V's I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I am super excited for this one. So hopefully it doesn't let me down. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today as a train goes by? Because why wouldn't it? Folks, I am wearing my cold Year of the Spider anniversary tour shirt. I love this shirt. I love the design on it. It's very cool. If you're unfamiliar with the band Cold, they are a band that's actually been around for quite a while, since I believe like maybe even the early 90s. Originally they were a band called Grundig. Then eventually they, kind of changed up a little bit. Same band basically, but they became the band Cold. And they had kind of a run during sort of like the late 90s, early 2000s era. That's actually when this album came out. That was kind of their biggest album. And I'm a big fan of theirs. I got into their stuff when I was in high school, and I kind of fell out on them for quite a while, if I'm honest. Like, wasn't anything against them, just wasn't following their stuff. But then several years back now, they finally decided to go on tour again and start doing stuff again, and I've been a huge fan ever since. Like, that's actually what I'm going to go do. I'm literally going to go see them perform, so I'm, like, super excited, because this is, like, I think about the 5th time I've seen them. Also, just want to mention, I got a super neat pair of beads right here. These are made by a friend of mine named China McCoy. He is a stuntman, actor, martial artist, comic book creator, and he also does this as like a side thing. So if you happen to be interested in these, hit me up in the comments section. I'll provide you a link to an Instagram page that's run by him and like his associates for this stuff. I'm just saying. Anyway, what am I trying for your day, folks? What are we doing here? Well, folks, I'm super excited because when you talk about the hype, boom, it is Small Cheval. What is the Small Cheval? So I guess it's actually a little chain of basically like burger and shake shops that also like serve beer and stuff like that. I have literally been outside of one of these on multiple occasions. I even went inside one time to use their washroom. I've never been there, because I'm always out this way when I'm going to a venue, so I usually don't have time. But today I came out early, and I have heard that their burgers are supposed to be some of the best burgers in Illinois, which is a hell of a thing to say. But what am I trying? Well, folks, I'm starting it off simple with, boom, I got myself a double cheeseburger, because fundamentally, that's where you got to start. I mean, you didn't have to start at a double, but I'm a fat guy, so there you go. So let's take it out. Open it up, and it's basically, from my understanding, it's just pickles, onions, cheese, and then their sauce. So normally I'm not a pickle and onions guy, but I try to, go into it. And it looks like, it's not a bad looking burger, so looks like this. Let's go ahead, let's try ourselves out a double cheeseburger. And if I don't like the pickles and onions, I will take them the fuck off. That's a good double cheeseburger. That's a very good double cheeseburger. Kind of smash burger style with the thinner patties. Why I'm glad I got a double. Aside from being a fat guy. But you can definitely tell, like, the cook on them is really, really good. And they actually managed to, goddamn train, man. I had to park where I could park. The cook on them is really nice. They actually managed to go over there. Like, the outside is, like, nice, and it's got a little bit of a crispiness to it. They managed to get that. But the inside is actually almost a little bit medium rare. I didn't even ask for that. That's really cool. You don't usually see that with, like, thinner patty burgers. This is really good. And then the sauce, maybe like a mayo. It's thicker than I was expecting. Like it's like properly thick, like almost like a butter-based sauce or something like that. Yeah, but it's like a mayo. It's nice. It's got a tanginess to it. I'm good on the sauce. Honestly, even the pickles and onions I'm okay with. The pickles, they kept them nice and thin. So instead of trying to take over the burger, they're doing what they should be doing with pickles, which is just kind of accenting things. Just kind of giving a little something else. I'm actually perfectly down with that. This is a really good burger. I will say, I think maybe they put a few too many pickles on here. But, it's just, yeah. I'm going to say, I think that they could have... Okay, so, like, yeah, with the way they did the sauce and the onions, like, the onions are, like, really finely cut. Like, I've never seen it. It almost makes it like a slaw. That's cool. I like that. Maybe a few less onions, because, like, I think I'm on onion, like, number 5 now. They definitely weren't trying to just... And I get it. It kind of works, but... That's really good. There is nothing I dislike about that. It's a very good burger. And it comes back to, by the way, what with this being not only a local establishment, but also a burger review, it's going to end up on 2 of my playlists. First being Eating Out Illinois. I apologize. I committed a damn near state crime by adding the S. Sometimes I just let it slip in. But Eating Out Illinois, which is a playlist for just like local establishments, places, in Illinois. And then it's also going to end up in my Burgers for Days playlist, which is just a burger review playlist. But yeah, like I've mentioned in other burger reviews, there's a lot to be said for just doing a classic American-style cheeseburger and doing it well. And this not only does that, like the burgers itself, like the patties themselves, not only really tasty, they were cooked really well, they also had personality, which is something that I mentioned in the past. Like, they have a very defined taste. They weren't entirely just generic. Really tasty, really enjoyed that. And then, just those little extra things to it that kind of made it really neat and cool. Yeah, man. 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? And third question, is it worth the hype? I'm going to go with yes, and then we're going to hold off on that last one. For myself personally, I would absolutely come here again. And the fact that it is located so close to a venue that I don't hit on the regular, but I do hit up periodically, I would absolutely get a double cheeseburger here again. It was a classic American-style cheeseburger, delicious American cheese, fuck you, American cheese is awesome. And then, but I really like just the little things that they did with it. They managed to make, maybe a pickle too far, but I like the way that they did, like, the thinly sliced pickles. I like the way that they did, like, the super, thinly diced onions. So it just accented the burger. And that was really great. And I've never seen a burger, as many as I've had, do that quite like that. So I definitely would. If I'm recommending it, absolutely. I think that this is the type of burger where most people could just go with it. Because it's not throwing anything crazy at you. The flavors are all there. It's perfectly well cooked, and at least the one that I'm at, I can't speak for all of them. Like, it's just a cool little establishment and everything. They have shakes and ice cream and all kinds of stuff, and it's a neat little spot. And then if you also want to get a beer or some shit, there you go. Bob's your uncle. Now, the question of, does it live up to the hype? Is it the best burger in Illinois? I could see why some people would say that, which is high praise. Like, I get where they're coming from. Is it for me? No. But I also prefer more of the sort of artisanal, sort of like, pub and grill kind of burger. I like really thick burgers. This was a really, really good burger. It did everything right. There was nothing bad about it at all. It's just, for me personally, to my template, It's not the ideal type of burger that I'm into, but it was a very good burger. So I can definitely understand why some people would consider it to be amongst the best burgers in Illinois. I personally don't quite agree, but it's deserving of a very high praise. Anyway, 5 things before you get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly almost lived up to the hype-tastic rest of your life. Because how many things in life really live up to the hype? Really? It's not many. But if it can get close, that's pretty good too. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity to the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. Excuse me. But what do we do if we can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important that we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you have like a particular burger spot that's maybe local to you that you personally think is the best burger spot. First of all, I'd love to hear about it. Please go over there and comment to that effect. Even if it's not anything near me, even if it's not something I'll probably ever try, I'd love to hear about it because burger spots, even though in some ways, they've become almost a bit oversaturated, there's something really cool and personal about like a really good burger spot. So let me know about it. I'm genuinely interested to hear about it. And, maybe it's not there anymore. Maybe it's, times are changing, this, that, and the other thing. Goddamn fucking train. But no, so yeah. And if nothing else, hey, just enjoy yourself a tasty burger.